You've always praised Terence as a special fighter. Do you think he can beat Canelo?
Who is Canelo? What Canelo is going to show up?
It would be of interest. I think a lot of
Yes,
people be
me and
interested.
Lamar. Actually, you know, it's crazy. They be talking all that brother shit.
He couldn't cut the ring off. I just feel like the timing now, the age, Canelo is amazing.
If Canelo really fights, because I think safe to say Terence always fights. He doesn't know anything else. So then it could be a very good, interesting fight.
And Crawford can switch hit as well, and he can do the same things as what Mayweather done, but he's just not quite as cute as at it.
Many top analysts, boxers, and promoters have shared their predictions and reasons about who will win Canelo versus Crawford. Their varied opinions highlight the strengths of both fighters and add to the fight's anticipation.
Smaller fighters are always better than bigger fighters because they, they're smaller, they know how to move and things like that, but this guy is great at what he do.
I think obviously Canelo's the harder puncher, probably the stronger guy, but I think he has more dexterity, more agility. He's going to be better in the later rounds. He's a little taller, his arms are longer. I think he got a lot of,
First of all, in his analysis of Canelo versus Crawford, Eddie Hearn characterized Canelo as a tremendous boxer who still has the passion and drive to prepare and compete in major bouts. But as time goes on, Hearn said this urge may be waning a little. Although he appreciated Canelo's ongoing commitment, he alluded to the inevitable consequences of a lengthy career.
Canelo is amazing. I mean, not just because of his ability and what he's accomplished, but the fact that he still has the desire for those training camps and those fights, but I just feel like that desire might be fading a little bit.
Hearn added that Canelo will be inspired and energized by the Crawford bout. He admitted that he wouldn't have been shocked if Canelo had decided to retire rather than continue the bout. Hearn claims that Canelo is still proud and does not want to lose to Crawford, but he acknowledged that one of the main reasons Canelo is fighting is the large sum of money up for grabs.
Crawford fight will definitely get him up for it. But I was actually watching that fight thinking I wouldn't be surprised if he retired and actually didn't fight Crawford, because I don't think he'll want to lose to Crawford, a much smaller guy, just because he's at the end of the road. But the fight's so big and the money's so big, he's gonna have to take it.
Furthermore, according to Eddie, Canelo's performance against Skull may have a big impact on how people see a possible bout with Crawford. According to Hearn, who echoed other boxing commentators, Canelo's performance highlighted weaknesses that Crawford might be able to take advantage of. Canelo's present agility and sharpness have been called into doubt by the way he battled Skull.
A lot of people, I've seen a lot of trainers, a lot of pundits have changed their opinion of the Crawford fight. At first, they'd say like he's just too big for Crawford. But now I'm hearing because of that performance, they've flipped their picks. Do you see that fight now differently based on how Canelo performed against Skull, Eddie?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, wow.
It wasn't just the fact that he couldn't cut the ring off. I just feel like the timing now, the age,
Additionally, Bob Arum also reiterated Hearn's comments regarding Canelo, criticizing him for putting money before legacy. According to Arum, Canelo no longer prioritizes pleasing the crowd and instead fights only for large paychecks. At this point in his career, he said, Canelo is more of a businessman than a boxer.
If they're each gonna fight, really fight, I think it's terrific. It's very interesting. But again, if I had to pay money to watch that fight, I wouldn't do it, because Canelo has shown in his last few fights that he's just a businessman. He's not in there to entertain the public. He just takes the big check.
Moreover, Canelo was further chastised by Arum, who claimed that Crawford is a real fighter who goes into the ring with goals other than financial gain. He asserted that Canelo no longer cares about leaving fans with a performance they would remember, instead fighting merely to earn. Arum, on the other hand, commended Crawford for going above and above in each fight to provide the people with an amazing performance.
Now, the Canelo we've seen the last 2 years is not only boring, but doesn't really have an incentive to mix it up and to entertain people with a good fight. So again, but give him credit. Terence Crawford hasn't been that way. Terence Crawford is a real old school professional fighter who wants to do his best every fight that he's in.
As we move forward, Creone Davis, who has sparred with both Canelo and Crawford, also predicted his winner for the fight. He underlined that the most important aspect of this matchup will be preparation. Despite the fact that each boxer has unique skills, Davis prefers Canelo due to the weight difference. Moving up 2 or 3 weight classes and winning is never easy for a fighter.
Sparring both of them to gauge what's gonna happen in September.
Preparation is going to definitely be everything. Crawford adjusting to the 168 pound division. I know he's been sitting at a heavier weight for a while, but he's been showing his training and stuff. So that's definitely going to help him. Canelo experience. You got Crawford, he got great experience as well. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a good chess match. I expect a great fight. If I had to favor somebody, I would just pick Canelo because of the weight disparity. Canelo is naturally sits really well at 168.
Furthermore, while giving his prediction on the mega clash, Shakur Stevenson acknowledged that Canelo is a good fighter, but expressed confidence in Crawford's abilities. Crawford will defeat Canelo, he said, adding that he has all the tools he needs to win. Shakur also played down the significance of the weight disparity, claiming that once both combatants enter the ring, it won't matter much.
Canelo a hell of a fighter, but I think Bud just got all the tools to beat him.
You don't think the weight difference is gonna be too big of an advantage?
I think y'all make that something, in certain fights,
Boxing makes it something, not us.
like if this was like a Benavidez, he's actually a lot bigger than Bud, so that would apply. But I feel like with Canelo, he's physically kind of big, but height wise, he's kind of small. So I don't think so, no.
Another important figure, trainer Stephen Edwards, was also confident in his prediction that Crawford will defeat Canelo. He admitted that because of Canelo's recent performances, a lot of people are now selecting Crawford. Edwards emphasized, though, that he had thought Crawford would defeat Canelo from the beginning. His belief in Crawford's all-around skills is reflected in his long-standing faith in him.
Canelo Crawford now, what do you think? Obviously Crawford.
I always like Crawford. I always like Crawford in the fight. I think Crawford's gonna win.
He's gonna pull it off.
Yep.
You think it's gonna be what's gonna be?
I just think he's just gonna be too much.
A lot of people are changing their opinion.
I always said it. I always said I like Crawford from the very beginning of the fight.
You think he can hurt him?
Yep. Anybody could be hurt in the fight. Canelo got a great chin though, but anybody could be hurt on any given night. Don't ever think a guy can't be hurt, man. Ever think some of the best chins I've ever seen have been clipped.
Edwards went on to commend Crawford, emphasizing his remarkable capacity for tactical adaptation during combat. He said that he has a significant advantage over many opponents because of his ring IQ. Edwards added that Crawford is superior to Canelo in terms of conditioning and stamina. He thinks these characteristics will be essential to how the fight turns out.
What makes him so special?
Oh man, I don't think you got enough time in the interview, man, but he seems to have a very fast process in mind. He can seem to adjust to anything. He's like a savant in a boxing ring. He probably can't even explain how he adjusts to everything, but can just adjust to anything in the fight. He's a great fighter.
Do you feel like he's got any advantages early over Canelo?
Sure. Better stamina, better conditioning, better feet.
Most importantly, a startling assertion regarding the Canelo versus Crawford clash was made by Boozy Ennis, who suggested that Crawford might potentially stop Canelo. He said he had faith in Crawford's strength and ability to force a halt.
I think Terence going to do what he do, man. I think Terence might stop him. He might stop him, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man.
Canelo Alvarez got one of the best chins.
Yeah, but hey, listen, he ain't been hit by Terence though. Terence can punch, man.
In addition, Ennis also praised Crawford, saying he knows exactly what he needs to do to defeat Canelo. He emphasized Crawford's power and strategy, saying he believes Crawford will fight the fight the right way to win and that he can make wise decisions in the ring.
Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull. Terence gonna fight you. You know what I mean? He's Terence from the street, man. You know what I mean? He know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. And I think he's gonna wind up frustrating Canelo. You know what I mean?
As we talk about more predictions, Roy Jones Jr. also voiced his opinion, stating that Canelo's strategy will determine the fight's outcome. Jones thinks Canelo will prevail if he fights with the intention of demonstrating that he is still the best, but he said that any other strategy might result in Canelo losing versus Crawford.
In September, who would you favor in that fight?
You know, it's a hard one to call, and I'm gonna tell you why it's a hard one to call. It's a hard one to call because it'll all be predicated upon how Canelo approaches the fight. If Canelo approaches the fight like he's the man and he can box and outbox Terence Crawford, he'll get beat. If he comes out and shows that he really wants to go out and prove whether he's still the best, he might win. So it all depends on which Canelo come to the dance.
Additionally, Amir Khan also discussed his feelings on the impending battle in September, stating that he believes Crawford has the upper hand. He admitted that since their own fight years ago, Canelo has become a better fighter. Both fighters, in Khan's opinion, bring exceptional skill to the ring. The fight will be fascinating to see, he continued.
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, like Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to a box fight. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more.
Furthermore, Oscar De La Hoya said that both boxers are at a point in their careers where they have a genuine opportunity to win, making the Canelo versus Crawford battle a true 50-50 contest. But he skewed a little in favor of Canelo as the favorite. According to De La Hoya, one important element that can give Canelo the advantage is weight class.
Canelo's declining. We can see it because Father Time just catches up to you. That's just the name of the game, the nature of the beast, right? Crawford, I mean, he's the same age as well, you know? Different types of lifestyles, different styles. You know, Canelo's getting into some wars now, which kind of like chips away at the block, you know? Do I favor him over Canelo? I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight at this point, given where they're at their careers.
But if you had to give somebody 1%.
Last one here.
1%.
1%, I would go with Canelo. Yeah, just because of the weight factor.
What's more, Madrimov also gave his prediction as well, like De La Hoya, stating that there is a 50-50 chance that either fighter will win. He clarified that if the bout lasts all 12 rounds, he believes Crawford will prevail on points. However, he thinks Canelo's hand will probably be up if it finishes in a knockout. The divergent strengths of the two boxers are reflected in his breakdown.
If 168 pounds, I think it's Canelo, but it's Canelo better technique because 50-50. If 12 rounds, Crawford win, I think. If knockout, it's Canelo.
Besides, Josh Taylor stated that it's difficult to choose a definite winner between Canelo and Crawford because both fighters are extremely talented. He pointed out that one of the main factors in the battle might be Crawford's ability to outbox Canelo. Boxing fans would undoubtedly want to see the bout, according to Taylor, who also called it an entertaining and captivating contest.
Canelo Crawford, what's your prediction for that?
Crawford. I don't know, it's a tough one to be fair, you know, but I think Crawford definitely has got the ability and the skill to outbox him and outmaneuver him. But I don't know if he's quite as cute as and got the nuances how Mayweather done it. Yeah, it's an intriguing fight. It's certainly an interesting fight, one I'll definitely be staying up to watch.
In addition, according to Brian Bomack, Canelo and Crawford's bout is going to be fantastic. Crawford is very focused and driven, he said. Bomack claims that Crawford is prepared to face Canelo in the ring.
For Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford, Allegiant Stadium in September.
How you feeling about that fight right now?
Man. I feel fucking great about it, man. Just talking to Bud, and he motivated. He ready to go.
Bomac has also spoken on the hotly debated subject of weight disparity, downplaying its significance. He claimed that skills, not stature, are what matter, and that Crawford possesses the talents necessary to prevail in the battle. The team's faith in Crawford's ability to overcome any physical disadvantage is reflected in his confidence.
He's going up in weight to face a bigger guy. What do you say about that?
Let's go, man. Let's go. It ain't about weight all the time. It ain't about weight. You know what I'm saying? It's about skills. Now, just mark my words. These are Emmanuel Stewart words. It's about skills.
We know Bud.
On that level.
We know Bud is very fast. We know he got great skills, great footwork. The ring IQ is impeccable.
As we move further, in his analysis of the Canelo versus Crawford match, Sean Porter also voiced his doubts about Crawford's capacity to withstand Canelo's hitting force. He admitted that Canelo's strength had a significant role in the fight. Determining who has the advantage isn't easy. According to Porter, he believes that because they are so evenly matched, it would result in a lengthy and in-depth discussion.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily.
However, Danny Garcia also shared his thoughts on the mega clash, saying it won't be easy for Crawford to move up multiple weight classes and beat a big, strong fighter like Canelo. He added that if Crawford manages to pull off the win, it would cement his place among the top 3 fighters of all time.
Crawford's last performance when he went up to 154 against Madrimov, I feel like his power didn't really carry up that much to 154, so I feel like 168 is going to be like that's tough. I mean, if he pulls this off, you got to put him up there like top 3 of all time. That means he'll unify 3 divisions, all 4 belts in 3 different divisions. That's like going up all them weight classes to beat Canelo. I mean, if he wins this fight, you got to put him up there probably top 3 of all time.
In spite of all the expectations, Canelo Alvarez is putting a lot of effort into his physical preparation to make sure he's ready for the fight. To preserve his strength and stamina, he is working out for extended periods of time. Additionally, in order to keep up with Crawford's pace, he works out to maintain his explosive power and increase his agility. In order to carry off his combos more effectively, Canelo is also improving his timing and footwork. When he enters the arena, he wants to be as strong and resilient as ever. On the other side, Terence Crawford is also training with full focus on maximizing his physical capabilities ahead of the fight. He's working hard on his cardio to sustain his pace over 12 demanding rounds. In addition, a crucial component of his regimen is strength training, which enables him to transition to the heavier weight class without sacrificing quickness. Crawford is also honing his reflexes and movement to remain elusive and responsive during the fight. His training program is meant to make sure he can precisely deliver his own power while managing Canelo's.
Let's go. Time in. Speed, bud. Premium, you understand now? We working on that teeth, bub. Stop the line. You understand? You in the tank. You don't put 87 in the tank. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Stay focused, baby. Where you going, dude?
In the end, we would love to hear your thoughts on the much anticipated Canelo versus Crawford fight. Who do you think will win, and whose prediction do you agree with the most? Will Canelo's power and experience or Crawford's speed and skill win the night? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below.